I thought I was pretty good with money. Turns out, I was lying to myself. For 30 days, I tracked every single dollar. And what I found completely changed how I see spending. Before this experiment, I thought I spent about $400 a month on food. I was off by $312, not $30, $312. So I decided to track everything, every coffee, every Uber, every treat yourself moment, 30 days, zero exceptions. By the end of 30 days, I had 847 transactions logged. And I'm going to show you every category that shocked me and exactly what I changed after. I'm Nina, and I've spent 6 years studying personal finance. But even I had blind spots. Let me save you from making the same expensive mistakes. If you've ever wondered where your money goes every month, this video is going to feel uncomfortably familiar. Stay until scene 40. That one hit hardest. Let's start with food. Month 1, I budgeted $400. I spent $712. But here's the breakdown that made me cringe. I spent $143 on coffee in 30 days. That's $1,716 a year. For coffee, I could have bought a used car. Restaurant meals added up to $289, but I cooked at home 18 times. The math showed every restaurant meal cost me 4 times more than cooking. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub combined. $218 in 1 month. And 60% of those orders were placed between 9 p.m. and midnight. Here's something wild. I spent $62 on groceries that went bad before I ate them. I was literally paying to throw food away. I noticed I spent most on food the week before my period. $127 more than average. Stress eating is real, and it has a dollar amount. The food fix wasn't cutting out lattes. It was meal prepping 2 days a week. I cut food spending by $190 the next month without feeling deprived. Next category nearly made me cry. Subscriptions. I thought I had 4. I actually had 17. $14.99 for a meditation app I last opened 8 months ago. $9.99 for a recipe app I replaced with Pinterest. $12.99 for a language app. I still can't speak Spanish. Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, HBO Max, Apple TV, Peacock, Paramount Plus. That's $97.93 a month. And I watched maybe 10 hours of content total. $97 a month in streaming is $1,164 a year. I tracked what I actually watched, 80% from just 2 platforms. So I canceled 5 services. 3 apps had hidden annual renewals I completely forgot about. $287 hit my account in 1 week. Annual fees are the sneakiest money traps. The fix: set a calendar alert 3 days before every annual renewal, and do a monthly subscription audit, 20 minutes that can save you thousands. Transportation was my second biggest shock. Between Uber, gas, parking, and car insurance, I spent $634 in 1 month. I spent $178 on Uber in 30 days. When I mapped my trips, 40% were under 2 miles. I could have walked those in 25 minutes. $89 in parking fees, that's $89 for leaving a car somewhere, and 60% of it was avoidable if I'd walked 5 extra minutes. I called my insurance provider and spent 18 minutes on the phone. I saved $47 a month, $564 a year, just by asking for a loyalty discount. My gas spending varied wildly. $40 1 week, $110 the next. Tracking revealed I was consistently filling up at premium stations out of habit, not necessity. I switched to a monthly transit pass for $89, started walking trips under 1.5 miles, and saved $280 in month 2 without any real inconvenience. Okay, shopping. This is the one I was most afraid to look at. And I was right to be afraid. I spent $394 on Amazon in 30 days. I went through every order. 12 items were things I already owned. I was shopping out of boredom. Amazon's algorithm knew I was a sucker for lightning deals. I bought 6 things marked 70% off that I didn't need and still spent $219. I bought 7 clothing items. I wore 2 of them. The other 5 still have tags on them. $178 just sitting in my closet. Here's the rule that saved me $340 in month 2. Wait 48 hours before any non-essential purchase. If you still want it, buy it. Most of the time, you don't. Instagram ads cost me $167 in 30 days. I tracked every purchase back to a social media ad. The algorithm knows exactly when you're vulnerable. I cut impulse shopping by 60% with 3 tools. The 48-hour rule, unsubscribing from retailer emails, and deleting saved card info from shopping apps. Health and wellness spending, $523 in 1 month. Gym membership I used twice. Supplements I wasn't consistent with. And a yoga app I opened once. I started calculating cost per use. My gym at $89 a month, visited twice. That's $44.50 per workout. A walk costs $0. I spent $128 on supplements. After tracking, I was only consistent with 2 of the 7 I bought. A doctor visit to optimize supplements? Also $128, but actually useful. The wellness industry is $4.5 trillion globally. They are very good at making you feel like one more product will fix everything. Tracking showed me it was never the products. I canceled $234 in wellness subscriptions. I kept my walking routine, $15 therapy app, and a $20 meditation cushion. Saved $209. Felt better. Entertainment and social spending. I told myself I was investing in relationships. My bank account called it $712 in 30 days. I noticed I spent 40% more when splitting bills with friends. The just round up and I'll get next time effect is a documented psychological spending trigger. Scene 40. Here it is. I tracked the difference between what I said spending was worth it versus what I actually felt afterward. 62% of my splurges? Buyer's remorse within 24 hours. It's called the hedonic treadmill. We adapt to everything we buy, then want more. The only escape is tracking what actually makes you happy versus what just feels exciting in the moment. I restructured entertainment spending around memory making versus forgettable experiences. I spent less and reported higher satisfaction every single week. Before tracking, my savings rate was 4%. The recommended minimum is 20%. I was saving literally 1/5 of what I should have been. The shift that changed everything. I automated $400 to savings on payday before I could spend it. What you don't see, you don't miss. I wasn't investing at all in month 1. After tracking, I freed up $312 a month, which invested at 8% average return over 10 years becomes $57,000. I had $200 in savings before tracking. Experts recommend 3 to 6 months of expenses. Mine would cover 4 days. 4 days. By month 2, I had $1,100 in savings, not by earning more, by stopping 6 specific unnecessary expenses I identified from tracking. Wealth isn't about income, it's about the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Tracking is how you find and protect that gap. Lifestyle creep is silent. Every raise I got, my spending rose to match it within 3 months. I checked. I had nothing more to show for 3 years of pay increases. There are costs so small you stop seeing them. $3.99 here, $1.99 there. I had 31 microtransactions in 1 month, totaling $94. I paid $47 in bank fees in 1 month. TM fees, overdraft fees, account maintenance fees. I switched to a fee-free account and recovered that instantly. I didn't cut fun money, I gave it a boundary. $150 a month guilt-free spending. No tracking, no judgment. And weirdly, I actually spent less because it was intentional. I caught myself buying a $280 jacket because my coworker had a similar one. Keeping up with the Joneses is a real budget killer. And I'm the Jones sometimes. Tracking showed me what I actually value versus what I think I should value. That gap is where all the wasted money lives. 30 days. 847 transactions. 8 spending categories audited. $890 in immediate savings found. And a completely different relationship with money. The biggest lesson wasn't about money, it was about awareness. You cannot change what you don't see. Tracking is just the act of finally looking. The apps I used, Y and AB for budgeting, Copilot for tracking, and a simple notes app for the same-day logging. You don't need complex tools, you need consistency. Here's your challenge. Track every transaction for just 7 days, not 30. Just 7. I promise you'll find at least $50 you didn't know was leaking out. Drop a comment right now. What category do you think will shock you most? Food? Subscriptions? Shopping? Let's find out together. I'm Nina. I tracked every dollar for 30 days, and I'll never look at my spending the same way again. If this helped you, subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from,